Hello everyone, this is Divine Irony from Ghostins EU, and this will be a video showing the 10-man Lord Marrowgar fight for the 10-man Icecrown Citadel instance, well, technically a raid. Okay, so we're going to do the tactics and what you should bring and what you should watch out for while doing this boss. By the way, this boss is not sped up whatsoever. This is the actual fight, no footage is cut. This is our second attempt at the boss, and we killed him. Okay, let's go. Okay, first we're going to be talking about phase 1 abilities, because this boss has two phases. One phase where he's just normally being tanked by the tank, and another phase where he loses all aggro completely, and will do a whirlwind around the area, and we will talk about that whirlwind later. Okay, first ability. Saber Lash. Now, this Saber Lash is the ability that requires you to have two tanks. It is the same ability as you probably remember. If you did Zolaman, you remember the Tiger boss, he had the same ability. What it is it splits 200% of normal melee damage to an enemy and its nearest ally, which means that you need two tanks standing almost on top of each other. If you do not have two tanks, what will happen is your tank will be hit with the Saber Lash, and one of your melee DPS will be one shot. And if you don't have a melee DPS, your tank will be one shot. So this is why you need two tanks standing on top of each other at all times during the fight. Now, he's only got two other abilities. One is called Bone Spike Graveyard. This means he will hurl a massive bone spike, which impales any enemy in the way. This will impale one target out of your raid. It will deal 10% of that target's health per second for 5 seconds until killed. Now, the thing has about 20 to 30k HP, so make your ranged DPS target the target, or if the target is close to melee DPS, have your melee DPS go and destroy the bone spike to ensure none of your DPS or healers die, and make sure the fight goes quicker and you can actually kill the boss, because every DPS you lose makes the fight significantly harder. Okay, the other ability he has is called Cold Flame. Now, this is an ability which summons a line of frost. Now, you probably see them on the video recording here. You see these lines of frost across the floor. They summon line of frost at his feet and then go directly outwards. So basically, just move out of it. It's not that really hard to move out of. Just jump out of it. If you do have any magic reducing abilities, use it just in case to, take the strain off your healers. And this ability will deal around 6,000 frost damage for 8 seconds, 3-second cooldown, I think. Yeah, we have. And the phase 2 ability, where he will lose all aggro, completely no aggro whatsoever, so you can DPS him if you want. What you need to do, however, is you need to run away from him, because he will target a random player and then twirl towards him in a bone storm. Now, this ability means he will attack nearby enemies in the whirlwind of bones, but lasts until cancelled. Now, the AoE damage that you take from the bone storm is dependent how far away you are from the boss. If you are standing on top of him, you will take 6k a second, is it? Yeah, you will take 6k damage, and if you're inside his hitbox, which is quite easy to be because he's so big, massive hitbox by the way, you will take 4k. If you are just outside the hitbox, you will take 2k, and if you're way away, like 30 to 25 yards, you will only take 800. So be sure to run outwards from him and make sure not to stay too close. Ranged might be able to throw a few spells at the boss, but melee you want to stay as far away as possible, and healers as well. Okay, so now that we've talked about what the boss actually does, we're going to say the general strategy. Okay, the general strategy for tanks is the tanks need to stand on top of each other for Saber Lash. Now, you probably know this because I already said it. Yeah, that's basically it for tanks. You tank the boss. Make sure to be quick on the pickup after phase 2, because there's a complete aggro wipe and he will go to his nearest target. So what you need to do is you need to use, if you have a hunter, use misdirect, or if you have tanks, just do a quick taunt or a quick damage ability in order to get initial aggro. Make sure right after phase 2, by the way, all DPS stop on the boss, otherwise you might get owned by aggro. So you really don't want a DPS to go over to just overclock themselves, trying to top the DPS meters and end up dying and making you basically lose the fight really and have to do it all again. So you use a misdirect to get them initially on your tank. Make sure your tanks have good communication between each other so they can stand on each other quite quickly. If one of your tanks is quite far away, make sure to tell your melee DPS to stay out of the way of him, just in case he casts a Saber Lash. And if this happens, make sure to have a damage cooldown effect, such as a Priest Shield or something, to lower the damage of Saber Lash on one target. Yeah, one thing I have to tell you though not to do is do not use the Rogue's Tricks of Trade ability, because you will almost certainly die to Saber Lash before your target actually gets aggro. Now, damage for DPS. Lord Marrowgar has massive hitbox, and I mean insane. So melee DPS, don't stand close to the boss because you don't need to. Just stand in this hitbox. It's massive. You will understand while you're doing the fight. Bone Spikes, ranged DPS attack ranged targets, and melee DPS attack ones close to the boss. Cold Fire is easily avoided by ranged DPS. There's no reason to be hit by it if you're a ranged DPS. And besides that, not really much else to do. Healers, make sure that healers have a priority. Saber Lash, Bone Lash, yes, Saber Lash, then the Bone ability, then the Cold Flame, and then when you go into phase 2, heal up any person who is getting hit by his Bone Storm. And that's about the entire fight, guys. I hope you found this guide helpful. I hope I was eloquent with my presentation of the guide, and I hope to see you in my other Icecrown guides, and I hope you subscribe, because I absolutely love subscribers. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video, so peace out.